Here we go, 23rd of December 2022. The last bit of Terence by Suetonius. Q stands for Quintus Consconius. Nominative, rediontum. This is someone in the accusative. Singular is returning. A Grecia from Greece. Perisse in mare dicit. So this guy, Conscianus, he said that this would be Terence, returning from Greece, perished in mare, in the sea. Cum, sea at 8, fabulous converted. So this cum's taking some ablative, so it's a preposition, with 108 fabulas, which are plays, converted. Conversus just means converted or translated from Menandra, which would be Menander. Keterai, this is the rest of the people, opposing this first person. Mortal Messe says he is to have died. He died in Arcadia. And we have a locative of a place called Stymphalia, which we might have already seen, or Sive, an alternate spelling of SEU, it just means or. Tradunt, they hand it down to us. So the Keterai, the rest of these people, they hand it down to us that he either died in Arcadia at this place or in Leucadia. Arcadia or Leucadia. What have we got here? Some ablative. Oh, we've got these people who were consuls at the time. That's why they're in the ablative. In the consulship of these two guys. Morbo, in a sickness, or with a sickness, implicitum. So he was implicated in a sickness. He was tied up in a sickness. Basically, he's got sick. X, from the dolor, which is pain or grief, and tadio, which usually means tedium or boredom, but it can mean you're annoyed. So from the pain and annoyance, here we go, we've got a reason, it's in our double genitive, of having lost his sarcanarums, which are his sacks, or his travelling luggage. Quas, which, again we see these are female accusative plurals for his sacks, which in a ship prae miseret, he had sent ahead. Prae means ahead or in advance. Ac simul fabulum, and at the same time, he's the fabularums. So this is probably what he was most worried about, because it looks like at the same time he lost his baggage, he lost his fables or his plays. Quas novas fecrat, which he had made. So novas means new ones. So this is a bit of credence to these 108 stories he'd converted, but these ones actually say he'd lost new ones, so maybe he wrote some original stuff. Fuisi dicatur. Dicatur would be impersonal. It is said that he's to have been, or he was, mediocre in stature, so middling of height. Gracile in corpore means he was thin or slender in body. And colore, in colour, he was fusco. It's an adjective. It means he was dark or swarthy or even brown, maybe. He was dark anyway. He reliquated a filiam, which means he left a daughter. Quae, which would be the daughter, which post, I'm guessing after his death, she nuptiated the dative to an equati romano, to a Roman knight. So he left this after he died. His daughter married a Roman knight. Item, likewise, hortulos, little garden, it's a diminutive. 20 jugerum. Jugerum is a length or measurement of size. So, likewise, there was a 20 jugera little garden via Appia ad martis a villam. A villa is a cottage. So we can see by via here, it's in the ablative. So, in or on the via Appia, ad here just means near the villa. Martis is a genitive of near the villa of Mars. Quo magus mirror. So which is more, I am amazed. Mirror here is the passive version, or the deponent form, if you like to call it that. So which way I'm more amazed, porcium scribere is written. So mirror is a head verb, I'm guessing. He's gone into a radio oblique here, scribere. So I'm more amazed that porcius scribere is written. Scipio nihil profuit. Profuit comes from prosum, which means to help. So Scipio was helpful, nothing. Scipio helped him no way or nothing. Laelius, nothing. Furious, nothing. Tres per id tempus, again the neuter there. Through this time, didn't I see this yesterday? Facilime qui agibit nobilis. So these were the three noblemen most easily who were agibating, who were living in this time. I'm pretty sure they must have repeated this because it sounds familiar. Eorum ille opera ne domum quidem. So we have ne quidem, not even. This is again, looks like the same thing. Conductiem adomi. Didn't even have enough to hire a house. He didn't. Eorum. From his works, opera is a neuter as well. Soltum, at least, ut esset quo referat orbitum domini servulus. This looks very familiar. Anyway, so go on. So the works of these people didn't even give him a means where he could hire a house, rent a house, and at least to where it could be referred his little slave to report the death of his master. So Afrianus, quidem, indeed or even, hunc's the accusative form, even preferred. So Afranius preferred hunc, Terence, to omnibus comicus, to all the comics. Scribans, this is Afrianus, is in nominative present participle. He was writing in his compilatibus. It's probably compilations or something in English. Terenti, this looks like, is it dative? Non similem dicens. So this would be what Afrianus said in his compilatibus. You would not say that Quempiam, a nice version of anyone, was not similar to Terence. You would say, what was he? He was saying nobody was similar to Terence. That's probably what he's saying. Volcardius autem, so however, not only non solum, looks dative, Navius and Plautus and Cacilius, but Lincinius Quoqui also and Attilius postpone it. So basically he's placing the behind. Post is behind. Sometimes it means to be neglectful. Sometimes it does mean to postpone. But it looks like Volcardius, he's put him behind all of these people. Not only these three, but these two Quoqui also. Cicero is a well-known person. In Limone, whatever that is, a writing. He laudats him, which praises him. Tennis, this is in the tennis family, means as far as, and hack as this. He praises him as far as this, you might want to say, or as far as this goes. So, to you, Quoqui also, qui solus, who alone, lecto sermon, Terentius. This looks vocative. We don't see too many vocative. You also, Terence, who alone, lecto usually means picked or having read. Sermons is these words. So he's picked words. Conversum expressum qui Latina voc. Here's an ablative section into the Latin voice and the Latin words. Conversum menandrum. He's turned Menander's works into a Latin words and expressum, and he's expressed them. Well, actually, that's accusative, and that's accusative. So, in medium, nobis to us, sedatus vocabix efferring. So, efferring just means you bring them, this is a second person singular, you have brought them to us in medium. With just soft tone, maybe, soft words. Quidam, which is the neuter version. So loquens means you're speaking. Comum probably means something friendly. This here is neuter. In a certain friendly way, and omnia dulcia indicans. So loquens and dicans are basically the same thing. This is deponent, this is just normal, active. So you speak in a nice, friendly way, and in every way sweet. Dulcia is sweet. Item, likewise, adverb, see Caesar. It's probably Gaius Caesar. So we'll have a daily dictionary word from the adjective comis. And in the vocative, neuter is comb. You can see the ablative and all that. But it means courteous, kind, obliging, affable, gracious, polite, elegant, cultured. From the old Latin, cosmos. Okay, if you want to know how to Google Latin, you really just put in Latin and then the word you want. Okay, So Caesar is speaking to Quoque. You also, you in summus, you in the highest peak sort of thing. Oh, this, once you see an O, it usually means it's the adverbial accusative, but it's like Menander's in the vocative. O dimitiate. This is probably second declension vocative as well. So you, also you in the highest. O you half Menander. Poneris, you're placing yourself in the summus. I guess with your works, you're placing yourself into the heights. And merito, which means it's deservedly. Puri simonis amator. So amator means a lover, and then we've got a double genitive, I'm guessing. So of the pure sermon, of pure speeches or words, I'm guessing. Lenibus atqui utinam. Utinam, that's a nice word, means would that. Scriptus adjuncta for it vis. Looks like vis is what is would thatting. Would that force for it should be adjuncta, joined, it's the female there with the A, to lenibus scriptus, to your soft words. Comica ut, so that, here we have virtus. Comica virtus, so that your comic virtue, poleret, be strong as or something, or flourish. Equitate honor, with equal honor, cum Graecis, with the Greeks. Neve, and not that, despectus hac parte, should not be despected, and should not be looked down upon. Yacares, where you're lying. There's two words this could be yacio, lying, or throwing. Well, doesn't matter, you could guess for yourself, or what's the lobe say? It says neglected, so there you go, you can figure that out. Unum hoc, this one thing, mercurio ac dolio. So I'm grieving, and dolio's grieving or feeling pain. Macaror, this is an interesting word that can mean being wet or being wasted away. So tibi to you, the essay is lacking. Terentius, vocative again. This one thing, Terence, is lacking to you. Basically I fear and I'm grieving. And the one thing would have been twice here is would that this had happened. Would that had happened. Well, we've got plenty of time left, but anyway, I think that's the end of it. That's all it says. Haec Suetonius Tranquillus. So this is as far as it goes with Suetonius goes with the life of Terence Tranquillus. And it says this one thing that you are lacking anyway. Yeah. Only 3 pages. Merry Christmas.